Right, so let's get down to it. So this is the part that we're trying to replace. It's broken off. That's part of the muffler exhaust. It's broken off from the other part. So let's take off the side casing. Lovely old saw this. These saws were stock. They was in production until 2002. And this one says on here 1999. So yeah, it's quite old now. What are we in? 25 years old. And it still runs well. Fantastic saw. 35cc and weighs 3.5 kilos. It's designed to be used in a tree as a climbing saw, a climber's saw. So it started off being designed to be used one-handed, but they pretty quickly said that you shouldn't use it one-handed, but you should always have two hands on it like that apparently. But what you'll find is a lot of tree climbers just use it one-handed. It's called a top-handled saw. So that's the bit that we want to remove, but it's broken off from another bit, so it's looking like we're going to need to strip out some of this. So I might put you on to time lapse until we get into it a bit more. So I've stripped out the side casing and taken the bar and chain off, and I've taken off this other little bit of casing that was just on there like that. And yeah, it was all pretty simple really. So as you can see, the exhaust is buggered, is the technical term. It's I don't know how long it's been sort of fractured like that, but it's just broken clean in two. I wonder, it was so noisy really. I wonder how quiet it'll be when I put the new one on. So that all came out quite easily when I took off that little side cover. But what I have just noticed on here is there's a little gasket that goes between the exhaust and this piece here. I think that's the carb. And that's just down there, I can see it. So I'm going to try and fish that out, because we obviously don't want to lose that, and I don't think it came with the new bit. It didn't come with the new bit. So yeah, we'll want that. See if I can get that out. There it is. Not sure if there should have been another bit to that. Don't think so. Don't think there was a rubber piece that went with it. I'll just get a torch and shine in there and have a look. No. So what we need to do now is put it back together. goes in like that, I think. Tricky thing, guess you put the gasket on first, and in fact, yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Tricky thing's going to be putting that gasket back on, but I guess you're just going to have to slide in the exhaust and then try and put the gasket in when it's in place. Don't know how that's going to work. I'm hoping this whole carb doesn't need to come out, because I do not want to do that. I don't know how to do that. And if that, oh no, hang on. Yeah, the tricky bit's going to be putting that gasket on. It's going to be so tight, I think, and you're not actually going to be able to get into it because this bit's going to be covering it. Not sure what to do about that. That is tricky. I have to have a bit of head scratching about this, I think. So what I've done is I've put the gasket on and slid in these little bolts. I'm just going to see if that stays on while I try and get it in place. Bloody fiddly, that's for sure. Who would be a chainsaw mechanic? Not me. God, bloody things come off again now. Must be a secret to this. Annoyingly, it doesn't fit with the gasket in place there. So tight. I do wonder actually if you've got to take this bottom bit off. Look at it, it's too tight to go in like that. Let's try and take this off. Maybe just undoing these two screws on the bottom here will be enough. Maybe it won't. Ah. And the question is that gasket? Oh, bloody things come off. These things are never easy. They usually remind me why I don't do these jobs myself, because too many times I've tried to do a job like this, messed it up, and it's had to go into the shop anyway. Has that done it? Is the gasket still on? That's the question. Who bloody knows? Can't even see it. Do you just presume that it's on? I know, I think I can see it there. He looks like he's on still. Looking good. Usually at this stage I realise that oh no, that's right. I was going to say it's usually at this stage that I realise that I've left something off, and I just looked at that and thought, oh bugger, I have, but that goes on next. So now a little side cover on there. Little nut in there. I found this part on eBay, by the way. Didn't think it's a genuine part. Right. Bar and chain back on. Make sure the chain's the right way around. Side cover. Oh. Right. Take it outside and see what it sounds like, shall we? Right. See if it sounds a bit better than it did. Well, that certainly sounds an awful lot better than it did. Great saw this. 25 years old. Still going absolutely strong.